Well, good morning and welcome live here at Potter's Resort for the Just 2020 World Indoor Bowls Championships. And coming up right now, we have Mervyn King against Nick Brett. And this is going to be a bit of a corker. Mervyn King ranked number 12. Nick Brett is ranked number 6. And coming up for the later today is 1 o'clock is the ladies match play final. Julie Forrest against Janice Gower, going to be a belter. And then just after that will be Darren Burnett against Mark Dawes. And then this evening, 7:30, will be Jason Greenslade against Greg Harlow. And your officials for this match, the marker is Dan Blewett, your umpire is Mike Davis, and on the shot clock, Francis Fletcher. Well, let's put you down to Jack Jenkins for the introductions.
Thank you very much. The first player out this morning is a local lad from Norfolk. He's got 5 WBT titles to his credit, a former Open Singles and former Open Pairs champion, and is currently the world number 11. Please welcome out Mervyn King! His opponent this morning has 8 WBT titles to his credit. So far this week has lifted the Open Pairs and Mixed Pairs trophies and is looking for the hat-trick of titles. Currently ranked at the world number 6. Please welcome out Nick Brett!
It really is a great day ahead of us. We are delighted to have Robert Paxton, who of course is in the quarterfinals of the singles himself. He's in the commentary box alongside our own David Corkill.
Thank you, Rishi. Can't get over it. I just love that Y50 music. It just lifts the day, doesn't it? Even when you've had your second cup of coffee, it just gets you up for everything. Nicky Brett has been superb these championships, but he'll be tested here today, very much tested against Mervyn King, a good friend of his, of course. This will be played in a wonderful humour between the two players. This man, Merv the Swerve, as he's known, because he swerves in from high lines. You'll see the smoke still clearing. Sorry about that. It's don't know what's going wrong with the settings, but it's been blasting away all week. It's only from the smoke machines as the players are coming out. It does clear with the air conditioning here very, very quickly. Someone got a bit excited when they were setting it on the very high setting. And even with Nicky Brett playing so well, Mervyn King just down the rankings in comparison. There's not that many people are calling this game, Rob.
No, it could go either way. A lot could depend on Nicky's runners. If Merv does play as he normally does, finding his first 2 or 3 bowls, a lot could come down to Nicky's runners and conversion shots.
One red. 2 feet past Chakai.
It's common practice just to get an idea from the players who they feel is going to win a match like this, but as I was saying, no one's really not prepared to comment. We know Nicky Brett's playing so well. Mervyn King is literally, on occasions, the king of the draw shot.
Yeah, so when Merv's on fire, he is one of the best drawers in the game by a country mile. Pressure on Nicky, of course, because obviously he's unbeaten so far in the tournament, and no player has ever gone on to win all three.
Yes, many, a few, not many, but a few have done the two, but not the three.
One red.
Nicky Brett has gone a bit viral this last while, I believe. His brilliant shot that he played earlier in the week, showing it in America and various other places. Let's see if he gets back with us. He's looking for his own ball under the red, very close to it. Oh my goodness me. Might have cost him another shot though. Just check and see. Yes, he clicked his own ball. His own ball, that was the second shot, just moved a little bit, and I think it's going to cost him an extra one. I think Nicky thought it was just the one.
Bar, please.
He signalled
One red,
one,
measure
but
a second.
there
Takes
was
one.
movement.
Nick.
Yes, I believe it's
Nicky.
gone a bit viral and all of that,
Thanks,
Rob, and good for the sport.
Oh, definitely great for the sport. Say it's on internet all over the world at the moment, and say it was on BBC Breakfast this morning as well, which is fantastic. A great little chat they had this morning, so it would be great to see him come down here and actually experience it before the championships finish.
Yep, absolutely. A wonderful opportunity to highlight the sport, no doubt about that. I hope the powers that be are taking full advantage of it, because this is the sort of thing that gives us an opportunity to highlight not only the sport but also one of the best players in the sport.
Yeah, definitely. When you got these chances in the sport to get the public involved in it
Two shots,
through
Mervyn
TV,
King.
you've got to go and use every chance you got.
Well, when I talk it's gone viral, I don't mean he's got an illness, but it's gone out there on various media platforms, and even America have picked it up, and someone showed me, in fact,
Set score?
it was actually Blake Nairn who showed me, the Australian player, this morning, the American showing it. There he is, Nick Nairn in the middle, and David Gurley there to the right. Just once again, he's always on his phone, David Gurley, or his computer,
5 metres.
always working. Head coach for Scotland, of course. But yes, yeah, good to see. So he hasn't got a bug, he's got worldwide coverage. Nick Brett.
Two great overs from Mervyn. He's going to have to find those today. Put Nick under pressure. I'd say he's one of the best draw players in the game. So if they both live up to expectations, this should be one of the best games of the tournament so far.
Chance with this one. Oh, he's nearly doing it again, isn't he? Between the two balls. Not quite, a bit more room that time. Nick Brett is one of the fastest players around the sport. Doesn't waste any time, makes his mind up very, very quickly.
It's a great effort from Merv here.
Goodness me, it's going to be a tough one. Try and add another.
1 green.
His ball's sort of locked in. It's not a definite, but he'll change to the forehand, try and make it past the red ball. As I've said before, the white shoes will be an option for the other tournaments. Past that, coloured shoes will be introduced. That probably should have been some time ago, but there's a tradition in the sport, of course, but we have to move on. Everybody's using, well, not everybody, but the vast majority of people are using coloured shoes now, and well, he's going for this. Looks a little bit narrow. Oh, he got an edge. Oh, and it didn't work out. You know, well, the ball sort of looked like it was locked in, but the jack moved.
1 green.
Almost got lucky and then got unlucky in the same time there.
Exactly. It was a bit of both. A bit of both. That edge was just enough to bring him onto the target, but it did stay in the green ball. Bit of a laugh between the two players. You're going to see quite a lot of that with two good friends like this. You know, it's on the day who plays well. They'll both accept it.
One shot, Nick Brett.
Not an easy spare shot, but it's just a one.
Set score 2-1 after 2 ends. Track length 26.5 metres.
Oh, found the Canaries. Well, they need a bit of help this year. But of course we are in the heartland in many ways. Not that far away from Norwich. That was an I think that might be their away kit, the Norwich City away kit, that one, or one of them many years ago. Bit looser this end.
And it just stretched out a touch from the first two. I'm just trying to find the range at the moment.
This one's got a lot of work to do to get all the way back. If it drops, it might be the shot.
2 green.
Not sure if it's number one. Oh, it's dropped in now. That's the number one shot that I was referring to. Doesn't bother. He's had a loose end. Really should be facing 3 shots coming to his last ball.
Nick's certainly on a good road here. Pace looks pretty good.
Yep.
So it's definitely in for third.
Needs to bend though, he doesn't want to leave a wing ball. No, that's not bad. He's dropped him short of the jack, which is good.
3 green.
Yeah, force Mervyn to change hands. Probably obviously just looking to get a good second. Right, just about squeeze round, but is he running?
No, he's running enough to save. Definitely taking 1 off.
2 shots, Nick Brett.
Set score 2-3 after 3 ends. Jack length 28.5 metres.
It's a normal service. We've been seeing in the first 2 ends. The last end was just a loose one, but not horrific when you lose 2 shots and play a bad end. Big crowd in for today's match. A lot of interest in this one. 2 local men, and I was coming into the arena before 9 and they were queuing up to come in.
So he pretty much sell out today, and it will be for the rest of the week now. Big crowd. Oh, just over 1,200 in here.
Very good shot there. Wonderful
Green.
shot.
Yes, 4 inches short of Jack 5.
Not an easy shot for Merv here. He's just got to try and arrive through the split if he can.
Mervyn, Nicky's bowl's just falling into the middle. Shortest bowl.
You want that?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Time out called. Mervyn has 4 timeouts remaining.
Mervyn trying to come in on the high side, the wide side, as he often does. He manages to get a superb draw. That That one just not making it back this time. Another very good effort.
One green.
White made it. But I think Merv will now be firmer down the other. Turn over down the forehand. Just sticking the precise draw.
Yes, it certainly looked like there was an opportunity to punch the red ball in towards Jack on the high side. But
This is Merv we're talking about.
yes, he'll go for
One
the
shot,
2
Nick
inch
Brett.
perfect draw, won't he? That's just Mervyn for you.
Set score 2-4 after 4 ends.
Tight scoring, 1s and 2s. Wow, Fairford Bowling Club. Gloucestershire, I believe. There you go, a little wave. We've made
Jack
it
length 27 metres.
all the way over to Hopton-on-Sea. It's amazing the research I sit and do at night, isn't it? Staggering, Rob, it really is.
Almost believable as well.
Absolutely. We have gurus for things like that, and they're very experienced, very good gurus, as some people call them. Fortunately, we have the skills and they find these things out for me. Hundreds of bowling clubs that there are around the UK, it's very difficult to know even some of them, but they're very supportive here. They arrive in quite often in their coach loads. Wow, that ball's caught on the seam of the carpet and it's just sitting at a very strange angle.
Decent adjustment here from Merv. Needs to stay a touch.
One red.
There's that expectation that Mervyn will adjust. It's a bit unfair in him in many ways that we expect that, but that's just the nature of his play. Pick the jack up.
2 red.
Chance here for a treble now. Good road.
He's being careful, didn't want to hit the jack.
Two shots, Mervyn King.
I would have expected him to add.
Set score 4-4 after 5 ends. Jack length 24.5 meters.
That's not going to look too pretty from the mat.
Nick turning over again, just looking to get round top side of his own bowl. Mervyn's playing a big turning bowl, so he'll get round his last bowl quite easily.
One green. 8 inches short of jack
Bit
high.
surprising there with Nick, because anything behind the jack had a certain value to it. Both these players wearing the long white trousers. A lot of shorts being used this year. The arena's very, very hot. But I do know that the girls at home have advised Nick never to wear shorts on television. Sticking with the long trousers.
2 green.
His first run of the game coming up now.
Do like the shorts, Rob. Very comfortable in the heat.
Yeah, most players are wearing them these days, even indoors throughout the winter months.
Oh, he's going for the draw again.
And tricky inside line, looking for a touch off any of the 3 into the jack.
Very close.
Almost getting the jack clean.
Oh, and that caught the seam, and that's unlucky. The seam is rolled to make it level, but occasionally will get a little bit that just catches things. Jack should have made it over. Just watch this. There it goes. Hits the seam, and then it rolls back. If it had rolled over the seam, he probably would have got second shot.
Doesn't want to get into the jack here.
Oh, he's good. Took advantage of that little bit of good luck.
3 shots, Nick Brett.
Set score 4-7 after 6 ends. Jack length 25.5 meters.
Well, 9 end sets, 7th end. Very important if you're behind at this stage. Just to score at least a 1. Nick Brett scores this end, and Mervyn King, well, he'll be forced to try and chase the set in the last 2 ends, and they want to be doing that.
Yeah, there's a big treble last end from Nick. It's given a bit of breathing space. So Merv needs to be winning this one, really. Certainly played a good opener.
On red.
Oh, something happened there. He just caught it at the last second, which was good. Nick's very good about resetting himself. Very hard for a large crowd to be silent at the point of delivery. We have made the point before that maybe a bit of music or something in the background might be only light, something that just takes an edge away from the complete silence. The difficulty is what music to put on.
Great effort from Merv here. He's played a great bowl. We're going at these 2 now.
Yep, 2 balls.
2 red.
Needs to get under his own.
Kicked out a little bit, but he's got a result. Goodness me, that was fortunate, and the wave comes up immediately. Have the hand to say sorry about that. You know, it does happen in the sport, but what a result. Yep, there's the apology. He's sorry on the way past. Mervyn's very good about ignoring those things. He'll just get on with it.
Certainly in the area, Merv here. Green bowl solid is what he wants.
Yep, played it well. That's what I'm saying. He's very good about putting away a disappointment or something like that. You know, some players really do.
One shot, Mervyn King.
Weighs on them. But, players of this caliber
5-7 after 7
very good about it.
It's just fortunate. It's one of those things of the game. Happens for you and against you. It's just at the crucial points you want it to happen for you, really. Merv was a touch unlucky there. If he'd have got the green bowl solid, he could have been stopping for a 3.
Jack length 24.5 meters.
Great fly from Nick there. Two great openers.
You have to match Mervyn with those first two, and they can both play the weight shots. Sometimes they both amaze me with their ability.
He runs here, he's really good again.
Again, surely.
Yeah, he's played this again.
Wow. That's hot stuff.
2 green.
Just playing this hard shot now. Needs to stand up. Gets into his own underside's good.
Yeah, he's opened it up a bit. It'll be not the perfect result, but certainly a lot easier to get at the next time. Nick is aware of the fact that one of those balls will probably stay in, the other one can disappear. But the jack going back is the danger. Yep, just popping one round. Good effort. He knew that the green ball was more or less taken away as running option. Just tried to punch his own red ball in. Got second out of it, but in the 8th end he knows that's a problem. One more end to go. He's facing 3 shots down.
Timeout called.
Resets himself. He knows how important this is. It's very difficult, Rob, to add one 7 or 8 inches away.
Yeah, just looking to get into the inside of the red bowl. Just left it, I think.
Yeah, I can't blame him. You know, he really didn't want to give the shot away.
One shot, Nick Brett.
Just the last 3 up to a good lead for Nick, so with his runner it'll be tough for Merv.
5-8 after 8 ends.
Sometimes you have to
Nick
just
has
play a
4
shot and
timeouts
think,
remaining.
well, if it gets there, fine. If it doesn't, that's okay as well. Good match.
Yeah, as expected. Both players playing well.
Jack length 27.5 meters.
Well, just happened to reset a few times, Nick, more than normal. Turned his back on that one very early.
This is the way both players have been a little bit scratchy. Still not bad, but heads have been a little bit looser this way, so it's probably the best way for Merv to play. Needing the 3. If he finds his first, it's on a really good road.
The shot clock allows you 30 seconds, but both these players require only 1 or 2 to get the ball away. That's what Nick he was looking for from toucher, and he's got the back ball from the first delivery.
It makes it hard now, especially with Merv's first bolt.
One green.
David Gurley. Looks like he's up by the green seats, as we call them, because it's the best place to be with the little ear pods in. Audio version of the Financial Times, no doubt. Listen to. You might think I'm being a little bit facetious there, but I'm not. David's very business orientated. He's very good at that. Mervyn's had a bit of a nightmare end.
Yeah, it's always going to be hard after Nicky's second bowl, finishing dead front toucher. To get a 3 out of that. Nick does need another one in there. There is a slight gap, so it could thin past the jack.
Yes, that's what Mervyn's looking at. Anything between the two reds would be good. Needs to stop though. Oh, this is good enough. Yep. Well, you'll have to go for it because the angle's right in terms of the two balls going, but then the jack will have to stay.
Yeah, there's a potential. That's all you can ask for. If he does get bowled just past the jack, it could turn the other green away as well.
Well, he's interested.
Just on the wide side.
He had the
One shot,
just
first
in
set,
the edge
Nick
of it.
Brett.
So, Nick Brett takes the first set. Some very tight bowling, but he just had the edge. Mervyn's wife, Suzanne, comes with him to, well, virtually all the events that I'm aware of.
Jack length 28 metres.
He's not letting up, is he?
Once Nick gets into the rhythm, he's very tough to beat. So he's been playing superb bowls for the last 10-12 days up here. Through both pairs. And now into the singles.
Two green.
to back on that one early.
Well, he knows he's under it, and once those big swinging balls start to move, they drift away. Nicky Brett looking to draw another one. He's got good back ball.
Three green.
It's a big bowl early in the second set for Mervyn here. Nicky Lyon a good 3. Certainly interested.
Yeah, this looks a little better, Rob, but certainly on a much better line. It's going to drop away. Saved one.
2 shots, Nick Brett.
It's Liddy with the
Set score
different
0-2
colour
after
hair
the
clip
first set.
every day.
Jack length 27.5 meters.
I think we show her every day because we're curious about what colour it's going to be. Nick's first 2 balls really moved up a gear, and Mervyn's just gone off a shade.
Yeah, Nick's come out really strongly at the start of this second set. Confident after winning the first.
And as we say that, he just drops the second one short. Like some of the players don't like to be tipped as the favourite, certainly by commentators. They just think that's a kiss of death for them.
Hungary.
I keep it pretty simple. Just look at the record and keep it to that.
Everyone's going to have their own favourites, but it's tough as a player point of view. It's tough to pick a favourite because everyone left in it at the moment has got the capability of winning this tournament. So whoever finds it best on the day and gets a little bit of luck as well that'll be needed.
Coming back strong with this one.
Might be unlucky here with the drop. Not just got around far enough.
Once you get around it and back inside the line, there's a tendency to grab hold of the jack more.
1 red.
If this had stopped just now and fallen back, it would have moved to the green one. 2 or 3 inches more makes all the difference.
Just pushing this up a little bit.
Get the zone ball. Quite just got enough on the line. The weight was good.
Easy spare for Merv here, but needs to sort of play you'd almost put your money on to make it.
I think this one is tough. I really do. Danger of the green ball at the front, but he will certainly be playing for it.
Oh, he's not far away.
We've seen him do it so often before.
I think he's played it.
And now he doesn't want to fall back. There is a rule that says you have to wait 30 seconds, but I don't think that's going to move. It's leaning against the jack, and Nick's not even bothering to wait.
2 shots, Mervyn King.
It's good sportsmanship. He sort of smiled there because we know Mervyn does that. Most players wouldn't bother going near it.
Set score 2-2 after 2 ends.
Bit of concern there. Yes, exactly. Stay away from it. Great atmosphere. But there is a rule that says the last ball, when it stops forward motion, you have to wait 30, or you can wait,
23.5
you can wait 30 seconds to allow a ball to drop in or drop out, as the case may be. That one was leaning up just against the jack enough.
He's just beating Merv to the jack most times. Well, shots are hard to come by, aren't they? It's the standard we're expecting from this match from M1.
On green.
And Nick can't go near this. He's leaving himself in a potential situation of losing a 4.
Nick's just got to go deep again in case Merv does turn the green away. So he's got the deepest bowls for a run.
And if Mervyn misses it, he'll take the single, not play his last ball. He's having a bit of fun with the crowd there because he's running scared of it. Great relationship with the crowd, Nick Brett. He's a witty guy, and he played that ball the other day and was being interviewed with Rishi and just said, "Wow, it hit my leg on the way through." No, it didn't. That perfect ball that he played. It's got so much coverage. Mervyn's missed this. Nick will run away.
End declared. 1 shot, Nick Brett.
Set score 2-3 after 3 ends.
Nick Brett puts on his profile that he's a supervisor, but that's as much as we get.
Jack length 27.5 meters.
Doesn't tell us what he supervises, but I think it's something suitably important, actually.
Yeah. He was sat down yesterday on his computer, working.
Yep, that's what he does. Mervyn King, the state manager, loves the outdoor life. Mervyn King, no happier man than when he's out with his four-wheel drive with the dogs and the 12 gauge sitting in the back. That is the 12 gauge shotgun, of course. He looks after very big estates, and he's always done that. He loves the outdoor lifestyle.
Most players would be tempted to this, but I don't think Merv will.
Well, he's on the backhand, so he is playing it. Forehand, he had been trying to draw. Backhand, well, that will whiz away very quick. Surprised at that. I thought if he was going to run it on the forehand, because you're wide, you take one away.
Say bowl under, you can come back off your own as well.
In backhand, there's always a chance of coming off your own and taking it off the rink. Nick Brett will just be trying to reach this to move the jack if he can. Hasn't got the weight this time. He locks the red ball in.
2 green and a measure.
Forehand
Yes.
now, though.
Should be. Quick down the 4.
Well, he's still going on the backhand. It's going to have to be quicker. Yep, more power this time.
Needs to move. Needs to his own.
Yeah, he's got a split. Yeah. The split was always going to happen with the plant at the front to get into the bowls. He's opened it right up.
3 green.
There you go. There's the plant. Right in the split into the other bowls. Shot clock hasn't been needed
Nick doesn't like this one.
in this event. Well, he's a bit on the wide side, but I think it's more the pace wasn't that bad. He was still coming through, but
Give Merv a chance
4
here
green.
to steal a 1.
yeah, Merv will draw this. Really needed to be better than that, and need to be within 3 or 4 inches.
Looking pretty good.
That's all about 2 runners, and the next one a toucher.
1 shot, Mervyn King.
Set score 3-3 after 4 innings.
Nick has 3 timeouts remaining.
Jack length 23.5 meters.
That's one. Nick's first loose bowl. First one he's probably put down this game. Look to step into this.
Yes, he's been very consistent with the first bowl, and say once Mervyn gets going again, and this is looking good. Two-handed first bowls. Moving on to this forehand, a little bit careful. A lot of people are missing the first effort on the forehand.
He's not missing the second though.
One green.
Tidy stuff, it really is.
Nick's in a situation again here. He hasn't really got anything to play. He's almost drawn another. That's a great ball.
Close for second, Merv.
We'll be looking for the inch perfect draw here. Down the backhand. Try and nestle the jack in between his two reds.
Well, a chance to squeeze the jack through wasn't easy by any means, but thought Mervyn would have been a bit closer than that.
Showing the confidence of Nick at the moment. Most players wouldn't worry about playing this one.
Umpire, please.
Measure for the second.
One green, measure for second.
Oh, it's very close. Mike Davies will sort it out. It's a struggle to get through there.
Two shots, Nick Brett.
And it's always very hard to see who's lining the shots, you know, whenever it's that close with the calipers, but you could see it was just a struggle to get through the green one.
Set score 3-5.
We all have an opinion, of course, and we all want certain people to get a shot, and you know, but we're very far away to be experts, really, when it comes to the measures.
Jack length 28.5 meters.
getting better and better the deeper we go into it. Make the backhand easy for Merv now. He might have to try and negotiate that on the inside.
Just going to catch the edge, is he? Yeah. It's coming back very quickly. It would have been very close. Mervyn, it's a big bias ball, isn't it?
Yeah, always look close to being in the line, to be fair, that one. The way the hand is playing. Chance here for Nick for a little trail. Very close.
Just on the high side, but he's dropped back off his own ball for a better second.
One red.
How far is Nick behind the jack, please?
Nick's bowl gap of 3.5 inches.
Similar bowl from Nick here, no real danger. Just a full draw, looking to get into the jackal bowl.
Oh, he's missed it.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah. Always look at the player to know. Put that little bit of extra power onto it, and a little bit surprised he was going that quick.
Might be tempted here to take the one.
Well, he's looking at the ball onto green on the backhand. What he's looking at is coming into here. Now, if he gets that absolutely right, he bounces the green ball through.
And declared.
But he's not
One
even
shot,
going to bother.
Mervyn King.
It's too tight a game. I think, you know, if it had been the 8th end and he needed to score heavily, he would have played that. But
Set score 4-5 after 6 ends.
you know, with one shot in now, with 3 ends to go, he's happy enough just to leave it. But that's what he was looking at.
Yeah, that could have gone really wrong if he'd have played that. I think it's certainly the right decision. Keeps himself in the match.
I think, Rob, if it had gone wrong, the set was over and the match was over, and that's probably why. The risks were just too much. Risk analysis is all part of the game of bowls. It's part of the strategy. You have to weigh up the risks, find out if the percentages are in your favour before you play something like that. Mervyn King's lost the jack. He brought the mat right up to the extreme and was 2 inches short of the tee. Now he had 3 meters behind the tee to play with. And that was a mistake, and Nick now has the length of jack that he wants to play, and also the last ball. The two of them are still chatting away.
Jack length 27.5 meters.
It was Nick Brett's favourite length. First ball, side toucher.
Gap of 15 inches.
To your favourite end now, the 7th end, which is generally a big turning point in the set, especially with Nick 1 up and 1 set to the good as well. If he does get over the line in this end.
Yes, the percentages I've looked at him over many years and gone through the notes, and it's just the 7th end that's just crucial. If you're behind and you don't score, it almost, not always, but it does go against you percentage-wise quite heavily. You can always pick up the shots, but you're chasing the game, and that means that you're playing shots that you maybe don't want to play. And Mervyn's missed this, but he's in a good position, and Nick knows that he just has to cover that, and that's not going to be easy. Same with the 11 end final that we'll have this afternoon with the ladies. It's the 9th end in that particular case. Just pass it on the wide side. Not bad, but he would have preferred to be between the jack and the red ball. This is a chance for Mervyn.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot, but just looking to draw the shot basically and get a little turn on the jack.
Yeah. He has a bit of extra weight. He could punch the green ball, but he really won't be playing with that pace, I don't think.
Just needs to run.
Yes, indeed, it needs to run, but oh, my goodness me. Really good view of that from the commentary position. And, well, Nick Brett's going down, but he'll not be playing this, I'm sure. He'll just leave it. There is a shot if he wants to play it on the backhand, but goodness me, it'd be very risky.
Sticking to a forehand draw.
Well, this should be very wide. Well, that's exactly what he's done. He's pushed it out very much on the wide side.
And left it short.
Yep, not a lot of effort put into that one. Yep, Mervyn just swinging the arms out like a little chicken.
Set score 4-6 after 7 ends.
He's too clever a player to be playing for another one there. He knows Mervyn King needs to score 3 this end. To give himself a real opportunity to go into the last end, even at 2, but
definitely really looking for a double minimum.
Well, even at 3 actually, or 2, it doesn't really make any difference, because either way he'll have to win the last end.
27.5 meters.
Nick knows now he's basically one end away of booking himself a spot in the quarterfinals.
Yes, where he's got Mark Royal waiting for him, who managed to get past Paul Foster in that wonderful match. A superb game that we watched. Balls are asking to be hit.
Last bowl gap is just about 5 inches. The shot bowl's the other one 4 inches. Almost 3 feet.
5 inches, that's, wow. That's like 2 feet to the rest of us.
Yeah, plenty of room for Merv though. All he'll be doing is trying to draw this. As he pushed it.
Oh, goodness me, that ball fell down just at the right time.
1 green.
Taking one off. If it had stayed up, he was pushing it even closer. It's a strange old game at times, it really is.
An easy head from Merv, really.
I think he just top his own ball over. If he can get one shot, he needs a double on the last end. Either way, he just has to score it to give himself a realistic chance. So I think he'll be looking to tap his own ball over. Such a wide drawing ball, he can come around his own, but everything has to be perfect.
If he stays top side of the green, it gives him a chance.
And it's useful. Next, had a look.
Nicky will probably change over now, down the back, try and split the 2 reds.
Yes, he's just trying to add to the jack. Well, ball on the jack, might make a double.
How many timeouts has Mervyn got? 4. Timeout called. Mervyn has 3 timeouts remaining.
It's not an easy shot here for Merv.
Well, ball on the jack, worth a 3. Or sorry, worth a 2. 3 if he goes with it.
Just needs to slip his front red.
He's close to this. Too far. Too far. Needed the ball to go with it. Yeah, and he was unlucky there, to be fair, because that ball looked like it was going to go all the way through with it, and Suzanne just got a wry smile, and she's seen it all before.
1 shot, Nick Brett.
Yeah, it was very unlucky, I have to say, with that, because that was a hard shot, Rob.
Yeah, tough shot. Executed it well, just unfortunate. One more turn on his red, he'd have got the win.
Well, no, he's in deep, deep trouble.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Nick just looking to close the match out on this end. Mervyn needing a full house of 4 after Nick pulling a 1 on the 8th end of the second set.
Always hard to get a 4. And there hasn't really been a sniff of a 4 in this match.
No, it's hard enough to get 1, let alone when you need 1 going into a last end to keep your hopes alive in the championship.
Good starter.
And then 3 to go.
Well, it's going a bit through. I expect Mervyn to add another.
He's got about 14 inches here. In the area. Needs to ease a touch to his own bowl.
Well, that's in. It's fine.
Gives him a chance anyway.
I think it's just the one, Nick.
Dan Blewett saying it's just the one. But it's still possible. Oh, he didn't look happy with that.
He's done that a few times today. He's sort of reset and hasn't been comfortable when he's gone the second time.
Normally he's very good at it, but he maybe needs to step back a bit. And
there's always talk of that. Actually, stand off the mat and
yep,
start your routine again.
Plenty of timeouts, so not a big issue. Mervyn King gets to the green ball. He might be able to nudge it enough to lie 3.
Just needs to get this in the area. Just needs to hold a touch now.
Well, he's in. And that green ball's still available. Well, Nick's got a choice. He can drive this if he wants and take a risk, or he can just draw to it. I think he should just draw to it. But
I think he'll run, to be fair, because I can't see him getting his own bowl out with nothing else.
If it had been 3, I would have probably agreed with you. But he's so accurate with the running ball that he just has to take one out. So
if he's playing the forehand, he's got to be running because he doesn't want to get the thin on the jack.
Wow. Wow.
He doesn't want to get top side of the jack.
This has to be accurate. So often you move to the forehand, drop short.
Yeah, he is. Merv has got a chance here.
Yeah. It's not an easy chance, but it is a chance.
Well, forehand draw.
Yep.
He gets a little nibble on the jack.
Timeout called.
Well, we didn't see this happening.
Has 2 timeouts remaining.
Brett's played a really poor end. Now, if he wants to play it, he's coming into there. Now, if he moves the jack and he gets it to this position, that will bring in the red ball back here.
Settle, please.
And that'll be 4. So, you know, it's choices. It's ultimately down to the choices.
That's what I thought. Nick might have had a little run at it. Any movement, he was good. Well, been certainly down a good line. Oh, he's just under, I think.
Yep. Under for weight, under for line. It was a good effort, but it's not going to be there.
The line was great from Merv, just left it short. But a great performance from Nicky.
3 shots, Mervyn King.
To the quarterfinals with a straight set victory over Mervyn King.
Yes, 3 shots. An opportunity at the end for Mervyn King, but it wasn't easy. It was a difficult shot to play and just failed. But he scores a 3. He needed a 4. Forced a tie break, but Nick Brett's through to the quarterfinals. Super game, no doubt about that. I think everybody enjoyed it. So we certainly did, and big crowd here at Potter's Leisure Resort. So 5-9, 7-all. Half a set to Mervyn King, 1.5. We expected a marvellous game. That's exactly what we managed to get. Great start to the day. Quality stuff. Always difficult for the next match to follow up on that. But 2 very popular players, relatively local players as well. Nick Brett just showing that there's no mercy in this game. That jack had gone across the seam, and unfortunate for Mervyn, but Nick added another for a 3. That was on the 6th end of the first set. Started off again, really good balls. Mervyn looking for the flick of the green, but lost the set 9-5. Nick Brett was in imperious form, doing everything the right way. And just occasionally, the measures were going his way as well. As usual, Mervyn just trying his best. He needed to touch the jack with that. It was a chance, and Nicky would have been slightly worried about it. But as it turns out, man from Peterborough is through to the quarter-final, and he's still playing exceptionally well. Ends 11-7, shot scored. Well, that's really down to the first set. And touchers very little in it as well. Lovely game, really enjoyed it. Good quality bowling, very few loose ends. Nick Brett will be happy with his form.
Yes, another morning match that produced some high-quality bowls. Nicky, congratulations through to the quarterfinals. How well did you play today in comparison to some of the other performances this week?
Yeah, probably not quite as well today. A little bit scratchy. Pace was. I struggled to get the first bowl going really, but luckily enough, found enough good ones. A little bit of lady luck on my side still, so long may she still sit there.
Absolutely. Up against a tough opponent who, in Mervyn, who obviously we know how good he is at drawing. You had to be on your mettle just to get past him.
Oh, Mervyn's been a world-class player for years, so I knew I had to produce enough good bowls just to keep him at bay, really, and luckily I just managed to do that, snake over the line in the first set, and then, you know, get a little bit hanging on defensive at the end there at the second.
Using that phrase, I think, is quite important, getting over the line, because we spoke about it earlier in the week. There's only so much you can do from game to game. You can't play at the same level that you've played at all week. You've got to be able to just win, because you can't produce those outstanding bowls every time you turn up.
Yeah, it's physically impossible. You don't want to play your best game in game 1, 2 and 3 if you're lucky enough to get through them 3. You need to save it till the end, because effectively you need that one there and then. So it's all about just getting through, and it was always going to be difficult after the Monday and Tuesday this week with all the the talk of the third one coming along. You know, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, I was going to mention about that, because obviously it is what some people are talking about, but all you professionals, you're all the same. We don't think about it. We just concentrate on the next game, the next bowl.
Really difficult. Yeah, everyone's talking about it, obviously asking me questions about it. So it's no doubt, I can't ignore it. It is there, but you can only take one game at a time, and they're all difficult, because all of these guys are world-class players, otherwise we wouldn't be here, would they?
The other thing everyone's talking about is the bowl on Monday that you produced in the final against Alex and Paul alongside Greg. That bowl has gone viral. Millions of people have watched it around the world. We're going to look at it one more time. I think we can look at it a lot more than once, actually. And it's even, my friends from the Far East were sending me messages last night talking about this magnificent bowl.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Unbelievable. Ginger kid with a big nose get that many views, isn't it?
Well, what we were talking about, I think you and I were chatting this morning just before the match started. It is nice for the game of bowls to go viral because of the high quality of skill, rather than something that's a little bit of a gimmick now and then. This is just top quality sport, no matter what we talk about.
Yeah, this is what we call good publicity, as opposed to some of the stuff out there that we've had over the past. You know, to see this out there is obviously great for me personally, but I think for the World Bowls Tour, I think to go viral is unknown.
I mentioned that we should try and recreate it. How many chances do you think you'll need? 1, 2?
I went with 100 this morning.
You're underplaying your skills. Nicky Brett, congratulations through to the quarterfinal of the singles. Of course, he's already won 2 titles.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen, from Potters Resort. Let's have a look and see what else we've got for you today. So, at 1 o'clock, it's Julie Forrest against Janice Gower, the ladies' World Match Play final. Should be a belter. Then following that will be Darren Burnett against Mark Dawes, and then this evening it'll be Jason Greenslade against Greg Harlow in the remaining matches for a place in the singles quarterfinals. Well, thanks for watching this morning. See you later. It's goodbye from us.